Bridgerton Season 4 takes characters we thought we knew from the books and reshapes them in ways that are both surprising and deliberate. One of the most noticeable changes is in the main romantic leads. In the books, certain characters are quiet, introspective, and slow to reveal their feelings, often relying on letters or private thoughts to express themselves. On the show, these same characters are bolder, speaking their minds more openly and reacting to situations with visible emotion. This shift may seem small, but it changes the way viewers relate to them. A character who once seemed distant and unreachable now feels approachable, making their journey more immediate and dramatic. This approach allows the show to maintain its pacing while keeping audiences emotionally invested. Another major adjustment is in the motivations behind characters' actions. In the novels, many decisions are influenced by social expectation, personal reflection, or subtle internal conflict. The series, however, sometimes amplifies personal drama to create more tension on screen. For example, a character who quietly struggles with family loyalty in the books may, in the series, have more visible conflict or a confrontational exchange, giving viewers a clearer understanding of their inner turmoil. This can make their arc feel more dynamic, but also slightly different from the original text. It's a careful balancing act between remaining true to the essence of the character, while also adapting them for visual storytelling. Supporting characters also receive subtle modifications. Secondary figures who might serve as minor plot points in the books are given more personality, dialogue, and screen presence in the show. This expansion allows for richer interactions and often leads to more memorable moments, even if the original book offered only a brief mention. Some characters who are described in the books as shy or reserved appear in the series as witty, sarcastic, or socially confident. These adjustments create more opportunities for humor and chemistry, making the social scenes more engaging while sometimes altering the perception of relationships. For instance, the way a supporting character interacts with a lead can suggest a stronger bond or hidden tension that the books hint at more subtly. Even small details like a character's habits, gestures, or expressions can be adapted to make them more visually compelling. A character who is quietly clever in the books might have their cleverness shown through playful gestures, facial expressions, or clever retorts in dialogue on screen. These tiny but significant changes can alter the way audiences perceive their intelligence, humor, or charm. The adaptations often aim to highlight traits that make the character more memorable in a visual medium, ensuring that even minor players leave a lasting impression. These differences may seem minor at first glance, but they add layers to the story, making the characters feel more immediate and alive while still maintaining the essence of the original book. Overall, the character adaptations in Season 4 reflect a thoughtful balance of staying true to the source material, while embracing the needs of television storytelling. By slightly adjusting personalities, motivations, and interactions, the show manages to make characters more visually and emotionally engaging. The changes also serve to heighten drama, highlight relationships, and make key moments more impactful. For fans of the books, these adjustments can be surprising, but they also invite viewers to experience familiar characters in a new light. Paying attention to these subtle shifts can deepen your appreciation of the series, revealing that even in a well-known story, there is always more to discover beneath the surface. Bridgerton Season 4 takes the storylines from the books and reshapes them in ways that make the drama more immediate and visually compelling, while keeping the essence of the novels intact. Many plot points are condensed, rearranged, or even added to better suit the pacing of television, which naturally moves faster than a novel. In the books, events often unfold over several chapters, allowing readers to savor internal monologues, subtle hints, and the slow build of tension. The series, however, must convey similar emotional beats in a fraction of the time, which leads to some storylines being streamlined or given more visible conflict. For example, romances that are delicately hinted at over time in the novels often become more pronounced and urgent on screen, with moments of confrontation, flirtation, or tension happening sooner and with more impact. This creates a stronger emotional hook for viewers, while slightly shifting the way characters develop and how relationships are perceived. Some changes involve the timing of key plot events. Moments that occur late in the books may appear earlier in the show, and vice versa. This adjustment is often designed to heighten suspense or make parallel storylines intersect more dramatically. For instance, a subplot involving social scandal or family conflict might be moved up to coincide with a major ball or gathering, giving the audience multiple points of tension in the same episode. These rearrangements can alter the pacing of character arcs, making some decisions appear more sudden or motivated by different circumstances than in the source material. While purists may notice these shifts, they also provide a fresh way of experiencing familiar events, revealing new layers of interaction and consequence that were only implied in the books. The series also adds entirely new moments that are not present in the books, often to emphasize emotional stakes or create visually memorable scenes. A character might act on impulse, have a private argument, or share a secret that was never explicitly shown in the novels. These additions can deepen understanding of motivations or highlight relationships in ways that dialogue alone in the books cannot achieve. For example, a character's private struggle with family expectation may be turned into a tense confrontation, or a dramatic choice that the audience can witness, instead of being conveyed through internal thought. While these changes do not replace the story, they create a layered experience, showing how adaptation choices can enhance emotional resonance for a visual medium. Some storylines are simplified or condensed for clarity. The books often include subplots with minor characters, social commentary, or detailed explorations of etiquette and society on screen. These threads may be shortened or combined with other events to keep the focus on the main characters and central conflicts. As a result, certain developments feel more straightforward or accelerated, which can make the plot more accessible, but also subtly changes the way events influence character growth. In some cases, secondary conflicts are merged with primary ones, creating a streamlined narrative that still honors the spirit of the source material, but highlights the stakes more dramatically. This compression can make relationships and character decisions feel more immediate, enhancing tension while shifting the rhythm of the story compared to the books. Romantic arcs are particularly affected by these changes. In the novels, love often develops gradually, with internal reflection, letters, and minor misunderstandings adding depth. The series accelerates some of these arcs, bringing pivotal moments to life with dialogue, gestures, and dramatic encounters that reveal character, emotions visually. This can change the audience's perception of chemistry, making some connections feel stronger or more intense than in the original text. Additionally, misunderstandings or conflicts may appear differently on screen, sometimes creating new stakes or opportunities for reconciliation. These adaptations ensure that the story maintains momentum, keeps viewers engaged, and makes emotional peaks more visually striking while still reflecting the essence of the books. Overall, the plot and storyline variations in Season 4 showcase the careful balance between fidelity to the novels and the demands of visual storytelling. By rearranging events, condensing subplots, and adding new scenes, the series provides a fresh perspective on familiar stories. Even subtle differences, like the timing of a revelation or the way a conflict unfolds, can influence how viewers interpret characters and relationships. Paying attention to these adjustments reveals the thoughtfulness behind the adaptation, showing that every choice serves to heighten drama, enrich character arcs, and create a more immersive experience for the audience. Season 4, while rooted in the books, invites viewers to explore a version of Bridgerton where familiar moments are enhanced, reshaped, and brought vividly to life on screen. One of the most fascinating ways Bridgerton Season 4 differs from the books is in its dialogue and the way themes are presented. In the novels, Much of the story's charm comes from letters, inner thoughts, and subtle wordplay, which allow readers to glimpse a character's feelings and intentions without them ever speaking out. Loud, the show, however, translates this internal world into spoken dialogue, which naturally changes the rhythm and tone of interactions. Characters who might have been reserved or careful in expressing themselves in the